All right, everybody, welcome. My name is Doodlifts or Matt, either or, and I'm sitting here with Etan, the sticker dude. So just want to thank you for coming on today and being willing to be interviewed by a living NFT. So that's pretty cool. Well, dude, so I wanted to kind of cue it up. And do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, how'd you get into Web3? All the good stuff, kind of the elevator pitch. Who's Etan?
Sure. Number one, thank you so much, dude, for having me on the show. And to get right into it, my Web3 journey started about 2 years ago in about NBA Top Shot. I'm a
Oh,
huge, I'm a huge NBA fan. So that's where I first got into the whole world of digital goods. I didn't even know what an NFT was at that point, but still they're blockchain, a lot of hype, and I'm like, sure, let's do it. So it was slow at first. They only had one series, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what it was. Everything just skyrocketed. You had to have been there to fully understand. You had no name players on random teams whose cards would be going for $400 or $500, and they have no right to do that. So I really got interested into that world, and then eventually because then I got sucked into Discord and Twitter, and once you get into that rabbit hole, you're as good as hooked, because you're just going to be spending hours on hours on hours of chatting, talking, reading, just you're just there. So that's where I was, and this was about the summer. Now we're getting into the summer. This is when Bored Apes were about to, somewhere time in August. And then I bought into a few projects. I got rugged actually a few times, but
nice.
yeah, you know how it goes.
You got to do it.
But then yeah, and then things got slow for a few months, and that was when everyone was really making a few money. But I had, bigger things in my head, working, whatever. And then
Sure.
right around November of 2021, that was the NFT NYC, not this year, last year, when I got wind of Doodles. And at the time, I didn't have any Grail NFTs. I had some that I love to look at, but nothing crazy. But then when I caught wind of the Doodles and their project, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be it. I'm not gonna lose out. I'm not gonna not get into this. So I got my best buddy, and we bought a doodle around that one ETH mark, and we've been holding ever since. And now that led me into here, just being in the doodle community and just riding that, using that platform, sort of the MO of doodles to spread joy and really build a community.
That's awesome. So, okay, so you got into Doodles winter of 2021. Did I hear that right? Wow, at 1 ETH. There you go. That's cool. And weirdly enough, okay, were you aware of the time of the connection with Top Shot and Flow and Dapper Labs and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, I didn't know that who's it, Poopy and Tulip Evan were working on that, Crypto Kitties and Flow.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that until later on, when I really took a look. It was more of I looked at Burnt Toast and Scott Martin.
Yeah.
And he has done work for WhatsApp and Snapchat, and I didn't even realize it. But when I started looking at the stickers on WhatsApp, it really looks like Doodles. If you really look at it, some of the work, some of the sticker collections, it's actually by him.
Oh, cool.
So
I didn't know that. That's
so,
very cool.
Yeah, a little Easter egg there. And I just love the art. I mean, aesthetically pleasing, any demographic, age group, whatever it is, you could look at a doodle and you're instantly happy,
Is that what originally attracted you to the collection? Because you mentioned you're I didn't have any grails or anything like that. Did you think there was something special? Obviously, it's hard to look back because now knowing what Doodles is, but where was your mind at when you were first thinking about it?
So I got to give credit to my buddy. He goes by Kodash, and he's the one who I'll give credit to. He's like, yeah, we should buy it. We should buy into this project. And then I'm like, should we? Should we not? This is, and mind you, this is when ETH was at like, 4K. And for
Right.
someone to like my stage, like I'm in my early 20s, you know, so I don't know if I had like, the funds to do it, but eventually we're like, all right, we're gonna do it. We're not gonna let this opportunity miss. But to like go more into like, did I know Doodles would be where it's at? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I really didn't. I could have not predicted this. I've actually had this conversation with my buddy. We had no idea what would happen. We just knew, just like seeing what the Bored Apes were at, like with what they were doing. We're like, this has the potential. Like, just look at the
Right.
art,
Right.
burnt toast. So would I be able to say that like Pharrell Williams and like all this VC money would be coming in? Absolutely not. So
Right. So it was the art, and your some combination of intuition and risk taking, and now you're here. That's pretty cool.
oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. So how has it been? Um, how has your adventure in the Doodles community been since that time? What's been your experience?
Welcoming, friendly, supportive, like something like you could talk to people like off the street about like anything business. You ask them for advice, and there's like this term. It's called gatekeeping. Like if
Right.
I know something,
Right.
I'm not going to give you this knowledge. In the doodle community, I don't feel that at all. Like I feel comfortable chatting with anybody in the community. If I have a question, how to make like a Shopify even, or like production, not really getting into the specifics, but you could ask almost anything. I mean, even to meet you, like I just what did I do? I slid through into your
It might
DMs,
have been like
like
a comment on a tweet or something. Like, yeah.
yeah, right, and it's just it was just so welcoming. No, I feel more comfortable in this element than like the Web3, in the Discords. It's just been an absolutely pleasant experience within the Doodle community. And even if people aren't going to necessarily, let's say, like buy whatever product you're putting out, you could bet that they're like liking the post or retweeting it or like sharing it. Like I've had that happen where it's like, yo, whatever, I'm not interested, but like I'm still gonna support you in the comment and this. And I've seen that, and it's been great, honestly.
No, I can agree. That's been my experience as well, because there is and we'll get more to talking about your specific venture in just a little bit, but like even with me starting Doodlifts, and there is a vulnerability to putting out your own creative ideas, or you're executing your vision or something like that, where you don't want someone to say like, oh, that's stupid, that's not going to work, but that has been the experience so far in the Doodles community. It's been super supportive, everyone gassing you up and being excited. And yeah, if they can't financially support you, they're giving likes, tweets, all that stuff. Like I totally agree with you. I think that's been super, super cool. Um, that's awesome. That's awesome. Kind of a different breed of question here, but it's something that's been on my mind, and maybe this will segue into a little bit of your venture as well. Is I've just become of the opinion that within communities, NFT communities, and Doodles community being a great one, there's so much untapped resources in the sense of every member. Basically, I'm of the opinion that they have a superpower, right? Like I was talking with these guys who worked at Google, and I'm an Arizona guy, so these guys are Google, guys from California. They kept on saying like, yeah, we really just want to highlight people's superpower and highlight their superpower, and that stuck with me. I was like, man, you know, everybody really does have one in some degree, maybe mine is health and fitness information and communication. I don't know. So for you, what do you think your superpower is, and how are you chasing that dream?
Yeah, yeah. So number one, strong shoot is I like to do the production and manufacturing myself because I like to know what I put out, and I don't want to put something out that isn't of quality. Like you could go to any store and you buy a T-shirt, and you don't really have to say in what you do because like you're not making it. You're just in the store. But like, so I'm like, all right, screw that. I'm gonna do this myself, and I'm gonna actually make something of it. So that's my first strong suit. I just like to create, do things on my own, really. And second, I think
That's awesome.
I'm a people's person. I'm really outgoing. I like talking to everybody. I I really do. I don't, even
Yeah.
if I at NYC in NFT NYC, nobody knows anybody. What do I got to lose? I was approaching everybody. I'm like, yo, what up, dude? How you doing, brother? Everything like that. So, and I think when I combine those two, I'm really able to push out more of what I'm trying to do, whether it be like the stickers or embroidery or what I try to do. Um, so yeah,
No, I think
people's participation.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
go
makes
ahead.
sense. I mean, clearly from talking to you, definitely a people person. I definitely want to hear more about NFT NYC, but uh, yeah, I mean, I've seen your stuff, and it's clear to see that, yeah, that combination of being a people person and being willing to engage in the community has helped you uh, like blossom your creativity and push your product too. I think that's really cool. I've seen your stickers uh, all over Twitter now, and I think there's a reason for that. That's cool.
Yeah, well,
Were you at this most recent NFT NYC?
I was.
How was it? How was it? What did you do? What events did you go to?
I think we should call it Doodles Week because most of my time was spent actually at like doodle activations. I
Right.
mean, yeah, I'll get into that for sure. I mean, Tuesday, that was the keynote with the whole team like coming on stage, the Pharrell announcement, Doodles 2, the album with Pharrell. That was just incredible. That was number one. In Times
Right.
Square. This was in Times Square, New York City. And what's even crazier, you could probably, I have some pictures on my phone and there's pictures on Twitter, but as we were online in Times Square to get into the venue, in Times Square, those billboards had doodles on them.
Oh,
Like
I
they were
saw that.
flying. Yeah. So like just, and also the long lines, not even for the Tuesday event. I'll get into that, like just chatting with the members of the community members, meeting people. But and then Tuesday, the highlight, we had a we had the chain smokers perform and they killed that set. I really love them.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. That's awesome.
absolutely. It's a big crazer now, banger of an event.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so they killed it with that. And then Wednesday, I went to the Genesis factory to get the Genesis boxes,
Oh, nice.
and probably if you saw it on Twitter, that first day, that line,
It was serious business. Yeah.
oh, serious is an understatement. You had people like waiting like 4 hours just to get in, you know. It was nuts, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get into Doodles.
Sure.
So eventually I got in, bought the Genesis box, and you've probably seen the videos, but to actually do the whole machine, that whole experience, like they had people in like Doodles like lab coats, sort of like
Oh, cool.
professors, yeah, guiding you through the process, like do that, do that. That was pretty cool. And then
So,
they had, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, let me pause you for a second because I think we got like a little bit of glimpse of the Genesis Factory minting experience. But from what I'm hearing for you, like it wasn't just the machine in front of you with the switches. It was a whole like experience with the people, the setting. Like that sounds really cool.
Yeah, you were talking about at Google, like asking what your superpower is. That also happened in that whole week. Besides the Genesis Factory, I thought also one of the sweet spots of the week was the Doodles Lounge.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So this was in a different location, open bar, food, fantastic. The team's hearing this. That was A1 food, A1
Nice.
drinks. That was
Nice.
amazing. Oh, and also the team was just walking around like it was nothing. Like um, I had Burnt Toast actually signed like one of my shirts, took pictures with like Poopy, dabbed up Tulip. Julian was running around. He was like bombarded, so I didn't even waste my time. But I got a lot of love for him. Uh, but like that was like a hub, just straight up for like just chatting, getting to
Yeah.
know each other. What's your superpower? What do you building. Oh, could we collab? And especially it isn't like a 1+1 = 2 thing. It's like a 1+1+1 equals like infinity possibilities. So, and also a benefit was that Doodle Lounge was like Doodle themed. Like they had like everything going for them.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10 for the team. That was just any other questions about the week?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, it just seems like they're stunners at executing these activations, you know. And what I thought was cool too, and I'd be curious to hear your opinion on this, is they've talked about, Poopy mentioned in a space, I think, about just sending out the Genesis minting machines for like pop-ups or something like that. Like, is that something that you could see like being something that would be cool to like, I mean, imagine just going to like a concert and see a Genesis minting machine. Like, what would you think about that? Would that be cool?
I haven't even thought about that. Yeah, because that way you're onboarding people into like the Doodles ecosystem.
Right.
Wow, I didn't even think about. Yeah, no, that could definitely work.
Yeah, imagine
Especially
imagine at Coachella if everyone's just cranking out their doodles too, getting some limited edition wearables. That'd be pretty cool.
oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I think that would be an incredible opportunity to bring more of like the everyday person into not only Doodles but into Web3. So
Right. No,
that that's
I totally agree.
that's a great, yeah.
I'd be interested for someone like yourself who has a creative knack. We haven't really got any answers on this, but I'm wondering if there's going to be the ability to be user generated wearables. That would be really interesting, you know, as opposed to like maybe a more decentralized approach to the wearables. People can create their own and sell them.
You know, it's actually funny you mentioned that. I didn't. Can I go grab something from
Oh yeah,
NFC
yeah.
NYC?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Really curious what's on the way. Secret NFT NYC swag here.
Ooh. Oh man, I'm about to like show you a haul of like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I literally have, I'm not even kidding. My Doodles merch that I ordered from the GM shop is in my post office locker right now. And I'm like, I'm itching to go get it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find because you said something about like customized clothing, and they actually had a booth. I'm trying to find the shirt because like I bought so many Shark Boy
Oh,
shirts.
is this where they did the like the fresh press? Like they had the t-shirt
Yeah,
press doing your doodle?
yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
Oh
how cool
man.
is that?
Oh, no, I don't even know where this shirt went, but
I saw a couple
oh
videos of it. It looked really cool.
yeah, actually, but it more or less. Actually, this is a Shark Boy, but
Oh, you got
you
it
know,
on the Shark Boy? Oh, wait, is that a burnt toast drawing?
yeah, he actually drew this for me.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, but more or less, it was actually like it looks something like this, but like on the back of like um the T-shirt, and
Yeah,
it had
yeah.
like an NFT like NYC. So that, and it was free. You know, no one had to pay for anything. It was quick. Like it took like a minute, and like I didn't have to experience any lines or anything of that sort. So yeah, custom apparel. I mean, probably not like I didn't have like a say in like positioning of like where the
Sure,
doodle went. Like when I
sure.
made this, like I wanted the doodle to be here. Like I didn't want it to be on the chest here. Like I placed it here, and I made it upside down too for the
I think that
fashion.
is cool, by the way, for what it's worth. I think
Yeah,
that's really rad.
yeah. I definitely have some other goodies in here. Oh, did you see the doodles card? It's like a gold
The
card.
gold card. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. I digress. I gotta find this thing. It's crazy. And a token. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. Yeah. The token is really
I
cool.
got the whole nine.
That's awesome. We're getting the Doodles NFT NYC swag bag unboxing here.
Oh man. Oh, actually, I found the shirt from NFT NYC. So
Oh,
in the
that's super
front,
cool.
yeah. So in the front, NFT NYC, and then in the back, they had like anyone who wanted to do it, they would press their own like doodle there.
Oh,
So
that's super cool.
yeah, that was really cool.
I love
And then
that.
like other just like novelties. Hold on.
Now, did you get anything like any kind of the auxiliary stuff, like House of Bandits merch, like
I
anything like
wanted to,
that?
that's one thing that I know of House of Bandit, Winky. I know of them. One thing that I am sad about is I never got to like introduce myself and have a convo with him. I know all his work. Like I saw those stickers like in NYC with the Bandit,
Yeah.
and so that's one thing that I wish I could have done. But I don't. I think that opportunity will come again for sure.
Yeah. Next time, many more activations to come. No, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, this is
Speaking,
like
oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
there's the gold card. That's
Yeah.
sweet. That's rad. Um, Speaking of stickers, you mentioned the Bandit stickers. Let's move on to your business. So you're the owner and founder of JPEG Kings. So what got you started into that? What has become of that, and what's the future for JPEG Kings?
Yeah. So my whole idea with JPEG Kings. Well, first I started with the embroidery. I was doing this first, but at the
Oh,
same
nice.
time, I didn't think it was feasible to do it on like a mass scale like that, just because I don't think this is ready to like sell it to like a person.
Sure.
Like I really want to fine tune and make it of quality. But in terms of like doing like the stickers embroidery, the idea came more so like I love my NFTs. I love my doodle. I love looking at it. But the one thing is, it's on the computer. It's on my phone. There's no way for me to like spread the message in the world that we're living in right now.
Sure.
So, whatever. I saw some stickers and I'm like, I can make my own stickers. Why can't I? What's stopping me? I did the research. I bought all the equipment. I have it next to me. I do everything in my room. And I and people just ran with me. Like they loved it. And I'm like, yeah, I could do this. I could I could look at my doodle. I could slap it in the gym. Like when I go to the gym, like I slap my doodle stickers everywhere. One time the tenant was like yelling at me, "You can't do that, man." I'm like, "Ah, yeah, man, get out of here, man." Like whatever. But like slapping them everywhere, doodles, putting your QR code to the Twitter, all that stuff. I love it. It's something that I love to do.
I saw that. Yeah, that was something that caught my eye about yours is you had that QR code on the sticker too. That's cool. I think that's really rad.
Yeah. Some people actually I've been talking to, they like just like the cleaner one,
Just the clean.
just like
Is that
clean.
parallels
That
chicken?
is parallels. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, spotted. Very cool. Oh, that's
Those
cool.
kitty.
Those are clean looking stickers too. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
super
Also,
cool.
one other quick shout out to the Wizard dudes.
Oh, the Wizzy Ministry.
Yeah, they're oh, I love them. They're really just all supportive. And we
They
talked about it already. It's they just love it.
the cropping up of the sub communities has been a really cool experience to watch happen. So just a little alpha on this podcast. There might be a headband sub community coming this way. We'll see.
Maybe I gotta send you some headband stickers.
Dude lifts gyms for muscles. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Maybe
I
a
got
IRL airdrop of headbands. We'll see. We'll see.
ooh.
No,
Ooh.
we'll
I
see.
can't
We'll
tell
see.
if your doodle's like winking at me like I don't know, I can see it,
I
but I
don't think
love
he
it.
can. I don't know if he can do winking yet. I'll have to talk to the 3D guys. We'll see.
No,
Uh,
yeah, that's great.
that's awesome. Yeah. So that's been. So how long have you been doing JPEG Kings?
So before I launched the company, I was obviously just like testing my method of how I'm going to make the stickers. Like I would follow YouTube tutorials and like
Sure.
whatever, and then until like I finally fine tuned it. It was probably beginning of June. This is probably the month of NFT NYC. So
Okay.
I'm coming to a little more than a month and a half, maybe a little less even, that I've been actively like selling it.
Yeah.
I definitely did want to start it before NFT NYC just because like I knew there'd be more of a demand. But funny enough, the first 2 weeks that I started this, I don't know, for some reason, like I talked about like being a people's person, like I didn't know how to go about it, because at the same time I don't really have that experience in like website development or like whatever.
Sure.
But eventually I would just do a few tweets, talk with a few people, and everyone just had incredible demand for it. They just loved it.
That's
So
cool.
even in this
More of an
short time,
organic growth kind of situation.
yeah, totally. Like I wouldn't be here without the community of Doodles, and Gutter Cat Gang. Even like they just love it, and
That's
and I love doing it. I love doing it for them. You
That's
know?
awesome. Now you mentioned, I think earlier, you like messing around with like machines. Like, are you doing this all in house? Like, what's a little bit of your process, if you don't mind sharing?
Oh, I don't mind at all. I do everything in my room. Like I have a printer. I have a hold on, man. Like I'll show you like a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't mind at all.
You got to move the horse head.
Oh yeah, my dad came in here and just put a horse at it or whatever. Um, right there. My brother asked me for the keys.
No worries.
I'm like, all right, that. I can move this camera a little bit, but if you see this white thing,
Oh
this is
yeah.
like, this is called like it's like a smart printer. Like
Is it a Cricut or a Silhouette or?
this is actually a Silhouette. Actually, let me fix this. This
Nice.
is the Silhouette. Both are great. I've never used the Cricut, so I'm not gonna like whatever. But the Silhouette has been working fantastic.
That's
All
awesome.
right, whatever, bro.
My wife has a small business and she uses a Cricut. And honestly, we've kind of like regretted not getting the Silhouette. Like, but so I'm familiar with the tech. It's super cool.
Yeah, I totally just dunked my camera. All right, whatever.
All good. All
Oh, that's
good.
better. All good. Yeah,
We're
so
back.
we're back. So I bought that, a printer. I have a laminating sheet on that couch. That's where I keep it. And then I have like a guillotine cutter,
Yeah.
just to cut everything, make the clean cuts, print the
That's
labels
awesome.
from here, drop it off at the post office. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing the work from home lifestyle. Hey,
Yeah.
I get it. You should see, if you could see the office that I'm actually sitting in, it is a borderline like printing shop. We don't do stickers or anything, but we print a lot of stuff. So I get it.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, dude, that's awesome, man. And I'm glad that the community has responded well and uh, to you making, getting to scratch your creative itch and make your product. And I think that's really, really cool. Uh, so hopefully JPEG Kings is the go-to sticker for any doodles or any other NFT collections. I think that would be awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate the words.
Do you see yourself expanding into any other markets, or are you gonna like hammer it down with the stickers and become the JPEG king, if you will?
So the focus for right now is stickers. But like I said, I've been tinkering with them. I wanted to do embroidery at first, really. That's what I love clothing, like fashion. But at the same time, it cost a lot to like start it, whatever.
Sure.
So but I also could do stickers. So I started with that. But then also like some people that I talk to that I make stickers for, they've asked me about doing other custom work. Like, oh, do you do clothing, like this or that? And like it pains me I have to say no, but that's definitely something I want to fine tune. I don't want to just rush and sell somebody something and I'm not happy with it, because that's not the goal here. I don't want to be a mass producer. I want to talk to the person I'm doing the work for and make sure this is what they want. I want to give them that experience, you know?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Well, dude, I hope that the sticker business continues and that you can parlay that into doing some other stuff you're passionate about. I think that'd be rad, because I think your embroidery stuff is super cool. I've always thought that like as compared to like a custom ink t-shirt is way cooler. So I think that's rad. Let me see here. So you've been to NFT NYC twice now, is that right?
Yeah, veteran, huh?
Nice. I know, right? Been there since the
Like,
jump. Have you been to any other like IRL NFT events or just those two?
um, not really, no. I mean, I'm from New York, so it's very easy to get to the
Oh,
city.
that makes sense.
Yeah, just to like be here. But I got a lot of FOMO from Austin. I gotta tell you
Nice.
that much. I got a lot of FOMO
I
from what
think
they did there.
I think Doodlifts will be making an appearance at Basel in December. So
I
we'll
plan on
see.
being there too. I
All
don't want
right
to
then.
miss Art Basel.
All right then.
No way.
That's awesome. Okay, and just last thing about NFT NYC, just because my curiosity, since you've been there, um,
Yeah,
what was the difference in the vibe or like the evolution from the first time you went to the second time?
like just figuring out the right words. I mean, it was a complete like the first year. Don't get me wrong. Like Bored Apes, they did their thing. You know, they had like Little Baby and like Post
Sure.
Malone and like a few other events. But this year, the amount of events going on, the amount of people that win, it was insane. Not to say that last year wasn't a great event in itself. Like that's where like I got to buy doodles and like I piqued my interest. But we're talking about that 1 year. Actually, it wasn't a year because NFT NYC 2021 was in November time, and now in 2022 it was in the summer. So it was
Sure,
like
sure.
only 6 months apart. But that even goes to say that in 6 months, the amount of growth it had was insane, unprecedented. Like I couldn't like I knew like from the numbers how much money was coming in. Like yeah, it's like big now, but comparing it to 2021, it's a whole different game.
It's funny you say that because now that I'm remembering following NFT NYC in 2021, and at least from like YouTube, it just looked like people chasing Gary Vee around a lot, and he was just like tweeting like I'm on the street corner, like, and then people were
And
running
Steve
around.
Aoki too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
And
that.
this year
Like
is
that,
like
yeah.
keynotes and events, like a total like evolution. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, it totally is. That's very cool. Very cool. Um, all right, let's see here. Um, now, this could be about the Doodles roadmap, could be about anything. What are you looking forward to the most in the NFT space coming up?
I'm looking forward for Doodles too. Actually, that's my most like. I want more people to be in the Doodles ecosystem. Um, and also in the space, obviously, just a different topic. Like everyone wants like ETH 2, like no
Sure,
gas. So I'm excited for when that happens. That way, it's easier for people to like not be like scared off by it. I'm
sure,
looking
sure.
forward to more user friendly entrances, and that has to go hand in hand with Doodles too, because you tell somebody to buy an NFT, they have to buy ETH, they have to set up the wallet, they have to write down their seed phrase. You got to tell them don't click on like if somebody's gonna say, yeah, I'll give you like 1,000 ETH, just click here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't teach all that, you know. So I can't wait for it to be number one user friendly, not not have to be so like malicious with like, bots and all like that stuff. A lot of people are getting scammed. And, like I just hate that.
Right.
Like I
No,
really
for
do.
sure. Yeah,
Frustrates
no.
me. Yeah. Looking
Yeah.
and Doodles too.
Yeah, I
Space
think
Dude and the show. I want to see an animation show on Doodles.
yeah.
I want to see that.
I think Cool Man Universe has got a show, at least that they've advertised come out. It looks really fun. But I think Doodles
Oh
is, gonna maybe do a little better. We'll see.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh, that's awesome, man. All right, dude. Let's see. Enough talk about NFTs, but I'm sure we'll continue talking
Shit.
about NFTs. But I would be remiss, being Doodlifts, if I didn't ask you about what your journey with health and fitness is. Like I think you mentioned before, you like going to the gym. Like uh, you live in New York. Like what is it like? Where do you go to the gym in New York? Do you go to the Equinox Hotel? No, I'm just playing around. Uh, is there just like corner gyms you go to, big box gyms? Like what kind of training do you like to do as well?
So it's actually nationally Planet Fitness. You know,
Oh, nice.
yeah, there's one right in my town, and like, you can't pay $10 a month. I'm gonna be real.
No, no, you can't.
And
No, you can't.
Yeah, it has everything I need really there. Um, and then I love being like on the field, playing sports, playing
Right,
basketball,
right.
football, and you have to like working from home, like being a like DGen, staying up till
DGen,
3
yeah.
a.m. Like
Yeah.
you need to be active, and that's why I love like your whole like MO with like the fitness, like go out there, like set your goals. Like we need that. It's not like, oh, we want to school. No, like people need that, or otherwise you're gonna burn out. Like I'm in
Right.
my early 20s and staying up, getting like 3 to 5 hours of sleep at night, always in your head, like, oh, do I do this? So many like emotional things.
Sure.
Sometimes just to go to the gym, get a pump in, lift some weights, get your mind off things, makes you feel good. And if you feel good, you're gonna do good. So I don't hope to quit. I hope to be consistent with the gym. That's one of my goals that I set out.
Nice.
So hopefully you can keep motivating me with your posts. I really do love them.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Dude, I think
Yeah.
that that's a great point. One, Planet Fitness, $10 a month. I was actually talking in a spaces earlier today about how, in a sense, we do live in this golden age of fitness and physical activity because in the past, even when I was, not that long ago, when I was in high school, it wasn't a $10 a month gym. Like you had to go to, LA Fitness or something like that, which was like 30 or $40 a month or something. Like $10 a month, that's a sweet deal. And they have good equipment too. Um, but I'm with you. I'm not out to change the NFT space and to turn all degens into, boarding school students, lights out by 10 or anything like that. Um, but I'm with you that if you're going to be living this way, you probably should be taking good care of your health, you know? And so I think that's so cool. And I think there's a lot of mental health benefits too, to the stuff you're describing, getting out, playing field sports, going to the gym. I think that's totally awesome. And it's refreshing and good to hear that, even my small tweets have had some, maybe minuscule positive effect in your life, because that's all I'm trying to do. So I think that's really cool. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Um, Now here's a thought. Uh, Let me think. What was I getting at? Oh, I want to circle back around to some of the sub communities that are kind of forming around doodles right now. So you have the Doodle Army, Wizzy Ministry, Purple Hat DAO. There's the Rainbow Pukers. You know, I'm wondering, like, what do you see? Like, do you see other communities forming within the Doodles Discord or things like that? Like, and what do you think these sub communities? What roles are they going to have in the future going forward?
Well, I think especially with the duplicator utility, with like people having to sell like with the whole like premise of like the OG doodles get to sell their traits to doodles too, however that mechanism works. I think this is a great way for trait holder communities to come together, like to like work on that. That's just one utility that I thought of, especially
Sure,
that I
sure.
see these sub communities. Um, Second, again, we talked about this. You're putting like it's great. Like you could have 10, 50,000 people in a Discord. Yeah, it's great. But if you have it more like privatized, you have like 50, 60 people, some traits even less. It goes back to what we were saying. 1+1 doesn't equal 2. What they put their minds to, they can make, excuse my language, they can make crazy shit happen. They
Sure.
really can. They
Yeah.
really can. So those two points really, the with the duplicators and like like talking with how we're going to maybe sell our trade, whatever, however they want to go about it. And then two, just having all those people come together and wanting to do something.
Yeah.
I,
No, I
that's where I
think
see
that's
it going.
I agree. Yeah, just the power of that. Like even I think with the Wizzy Ministry, within being around for a week or a couple of weeks, they'd already given away like a Genesis box, or I think they gave away a
Yeah.
duplicator to an artist who was in the community but not technically within the community because he wasn't a holder. But I think they gave him a duplicator, which was like awesome. I think it was Uncolored Dude or Juiced on Twitter. because he was doing a bunch of free illustrations for people, and they're just like, here you go, and just blessed him up with a duplicator. Like, I thought that was really, really cool.
Well, there you go. That's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
amazing work.
It, to me, it's something that I've been thinking about. Like, I think we very often get in this space of waiting for projects to provide us things. Like, what's the utility? When am I going to get something from the project? But I think maybe, and I think that's appropriate in some contexts, because of the relationship between holder and team, I guess. But I think too, I think we could be thinking about, what are we giving to the community, right? How are we going to provide utility? Kind of leveraging the superpowers like we were talking about, and for you with JPEG Kings, you've, in a sense, added utility to the product, in your own way, which I think is really cool.
I didn't even think about that point, but yeah, just like it's not just on like it's not just like devs, please do something.
Right. Right.
It really is on what we make of it.
Yeah.
They gave us the platform, the tools, and if we just take it, work together, you can also do it on your own even. But I'm saying when you work together, crazier stuff happens. But sky's the limit, Shoot
And
for the moon, aim for the stars.
well, I think too, I think I heard something recently when, maybe, I don't remember if it was Poopy or someone describing the Doodle Bank. They're like, yeah, so doodles can like participate in shenanigans or something. Like, I think as people start to see stuff like what you're doing and executing and succeeding with that, maybe that'll build the confidence for people to put up a proposal in the Doodle Bank, because that's what it's for, or with the Wizzy Ministry or the Doodle Army or the Purple Hat DAO. They could write a proposal, for something to bring some kind of fun color to the world, if you will, in the words of Julian. But so that could be an interesting thing that we see happen.
I almost totally forgot about the Doodle Bank in this conversation. I do think we, as Doodle community members, are underutilizing it. And with what you said, I do hope, whether maybe I'll even write something, I don't know, I'll look more into it, or somebody else poses something like, yeah, let's do it. It really is crazy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't have to be $1 million proposal either. I think that's what people forget. It could be something small,
I did see someone, even as simple as a coloring book.
Right.
Even as simple as that. I thought that was a great idea. You just take all the doodles with just the lines, ship it like 10 at a time, some crayons for like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old. Even actually, I would love to draw on that. I'll be honest.
Right.
I'm sure older people like, peace of mind.
There is a market for the adult coloring book. There really is. So you're not wrong.
Oh, bet. Perfect.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. My wife is actually drawing an adult coloring book right now, so I am very familiar with that.
Oh, cool.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, dude, I think that covers about most of the ground I wanted to cover today and ask the questions. I think, dude, this has been a really fun conversation. It's just been kind of like a couple doodles, like chopping it up, and it's been a lot of fun. So I appreciate you sharing your insight on your business, your experience at NFT NYC, your take on fitness and what it means to you. I just think that's been a lot of fun. So, dude, I really appreciate you coming on today. Is there anything you want to say to people listening about JPEG Kings, or just to the Doodles community or NFT space at large?
Don't be shy. You have a responsibility to yourself to go ahead and take what you want. It doesn't even have to be an NFTs Web3. Don't be shy. That's what held me back. Like I'm in my early 20s and I'm still like killing myself. That why didn't I start this early? Why didn't I go ahead and take that what I wanted? Please, don't be shy. Drive the moment, because what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst?
Those are some wise words. Wise words.
I really think that. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, Etan, Sticker Dude, founder of JPEG Kings. It's been a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to seeing you on Twitter, in the Spaces, and in the Discord. So, thanks, man.
Yeah. For sure. One more thing. I didn't. I just wanted to show the people This was actually, I don't know if you can see it so well. Try to like, this is
Oh,
like
there it is. Nice.
a nice novelty from New York City. You can't actually like hold it physically, but like there's some weight to this. Like this ain't no like quarter like made out of zinc. Like there's some like weight to this. Like this is like a
Yeah,
paperweight, you know. Just another cool little novelty from that week.
that's awesome,
And
man.
yeah, and then lastly, man, thank you for having me. This was I love chopping it up with Doodles, sharing the knowledge with fitness, Web3, doing your own thing. It's amazing, man. Keep going, guys. Don't don't ever quit.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, it's Dude Lifts signing off.